You don't have to rigidly divide it up. It has to be 10 elders, 10 youth, 10 whatever, but you want to have enough of a mix, that everybody's talking to different people. Yeah.
On the sheet of paper on blue, had our goal as 100 minimum and 150 if possible. So.
Yeah.
We're talking about 100 to 150.
Well, we're talking about 100 because that's the minimum.
Okay.
But do you guys want to do 150?
No, we just go for 100.
You can see, go for 100. See where you're at, Vivian. Because you are working so hard taking notes.
Woo! Wait, and a question. Are we picking the participants ourselves?
What?
Are we picking them?
Yeah, your co-leads. So the co-leads on each thing is going to be, your job is to manage the team, right? So you're delegating the tasks, you're figuring out the recruitment. You don't have to do all the recruitment, but you need to organize it and then tell each person this is what you need to do. Okay? What's my thing? Oh, okay, this is an important question we need to decide as a group. You can do interviews over the phone. You can do interviews in person.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You want to do both?
At least half and half.
I say all in person.
No. I have a question. I mean, like, do we interview them like one-on-one?
Yeah.
They're one-on-one. They're all one-on-one.
I think in person.
No, not over the phone. I think we should meet them.
In person if possible.
So here's the deal.
Absolutely not.
From a research standpoint, face-to-face is better for interviews. However, they take more time to set up usually, and you have to go somewhere. And if it's not somewhere near where you are, you have to go somewhere, right? But if you need to save time, you could do them over, it works over the phone as long as you can still do it effectively. So maybe there's certain types of interviewees that might be easiest to do over the phone, those that are fluent in English, those that are college age, younger, whatever. So you can think strategically about how to use your time. Like do face-to-face when you need to, and do phone when it works to do so. The other thing too is if you're doing it by phone and you're trying to take notes, you got to figure out a way that you're not going to give yourself whiplash also. So you're
put it on like speaker and then have that one person.
Right, but just something to think in mind versus when you're face to face, you can just write right there.
Webcam works fine. No. Yeah. I just want a phone in person. Not webcam.
I mean, phone, certainly in person gives you a greater ability to establish rapport with the person. If it's someone you absolutely do not know, that might be hard to do over the phone in terms of establishing their comfort. Can I have focus for just 3 more minutes? Yeah.
Okay, earlier when I asked you, so we are the ones who are picking the specific people we're interviewing?
Yes.
Isn't that going to be a problem because we only know a certain limit of people and our goal is to, from Othello to YAT? So is there any way where we can just get all the numbers of Vietnamese people in that area and pick random? Because we only know to a certain extent of people. And people we know would be personal rather than we can just call a person because, you know what I mean? Because from the people that we're going to interview, we only know those people. And one of our goals is to give everybody a voice.
Correct. So as random as possible is great. I think that if you literally tried to get I don't think there exists a phone directory of everyone in that geographic area, and even if there were, I think it would be a bit challenging because then you'd be cold calling, right? So how do you get randomness without a whole lot of cold calling, which is going to take time and probably yield a pretty low success rate in terms of getting people to interview with you? So one way to get randomness is go through contacts you have, but go through a whole bunch of them. So, for example, the AC is another network of people who each have their own different groups and constituencies. So maybe you could have them each connect you with 1 or 2 people, and then amongst all your networks, 1 or 2 people. VFA has other programs. There's an after school. So maybe you can ask James to connect you with 1 or 2 people. And if it's only 1 or 2 from each person, you start to get a pretty diverse group, but you're going through people which is going to be easier and take less time. That's how I would go about doing it. But I think cold calling or cold knocking, I mean, you can do that too, you're totally welcome to do that.